the August 3rd, 2023 Lee County Zoning Board of Appeals. First order of business is to call the roll.
Bruce Forrester,
Here.
Craig Burrow,
Here.
Mike Pratt,
Here.
Rex Meyer,
Here.
Ellie Huss.
Here.
The second thing for the agenda is the approval of the previous minutes from the July 6th, 2023 meeting. We have a
So
motion.
moved.
Rex makes motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Craig seconds. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carried. Next order of business is a motion to adjourn pursuant to the county board's vote on petition number 23-P-1610, petition 23-P-1611, and petition 23-P-1612, petition 23-P-1613, and petition 23-P-1614. So can we have a motion to adjourn?
I moved to adjourn. Second.
Craig makes a motion, Mike seconds. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. On to new business. First order of business tonight is petition number 23-P-1615. Petitioner John Hilliker, permanent parcel number 060923-300-006. Accessory use special use to operate an electric business on an off-site service only with a limit of one on-site employee, Franklin Grove Township. Who do I start with?
I can go ahead and speak. With your blessing, I just like to tell you about the petition. I can give you the facts about it, and then if you guys have any follow-up questions, then we can have John answer them, if that's all right.
That's fine.
Perfect. So as you noted, we filed our petition for special use permit on June 27th. It is for 1417 Franklin Road in Franklin Grove, Lee County. The property is currently zoned as Ag 1 Rural Agricultural District. We are bringing this petition in conjunction with the zoning office's petition for a text amendment. That is petition number 2023 PC 74. And I'd just like to note that our petition would be contingent on the county passing that text amendment. This is for Hilliker Electric. Hilliker Electric does certain residential, agricultural, and commercial electrical work. He has been at this property for 6 years. Excuse me, he's been operating from this location for the last 2 years. He has 2 full-time employees and 1 part-time employee. He works within a 40-mile radius of this location. He mostly serves rural communities. He's lived here at this property between 10 to 12 years. His business falls into the definition of a skilled trade as an electrician under the new proposed text amendment. And I'd like to briefly go through each one of those special use restrictions under the new code amendment and note how we meet that. He owns this residence and resides there on site. He offers what I would term off-site services, meaning that his business is 100% service call based. So there would not be any employees performing work at this site in that shop. They would go to the site where the work is needed. He does not sell any goods. His location is not open to the public. Again, we do not anticipate any customers to come to this location. He does not manufacture or assemble equipment there. Likewise, he does not store combustible materials or hazardous materials at this site. No odors, fumes, radiation, or noise will emanate from this property, and no storage of inventory or materials storage. Those are the requirements under the new proposed text amendment, and we would comply with each one of those. There is a current existing driveway on the property. We do not, again, anticipate any customers to show up to this shop. Therefore, we do not anticipate traffic conditions to increase. The shop is set up as his home base. We believe the shop to be in conformance with the neighborhood. It's predominantly agricultural. fits in with the agricultural aesthetic of the area. This shop has already been built. We do not believe it to impact in any way, negatively impact land values. We believe his business is a positive to the county. I will note Brenda Merriman with the Lee County Soil and Water Department told us that we did not have to have a LISA score since the shed was already built. I have supplied our notice of public hearing and the proof of the certified mailings that went out, as well as the notice that was published in the newspaper. We welcome any questions that anyone has.
So when he applied for the building permit for the shed, what did he state then? The shed's use would be?
At the time, it was gonna be just a storage shed. So it was just a ag building.
Do we have any? Just a minute, we can't swear in there yet.
He's sworn in.
You don't have that by heart yet?
Huh?
You don't know that by heart?
Yeah, he's got a sign. He's got a sign. Brent.
Yes.
Print your name. And you get this picture.
John Hilliker.
Okay,
Well, I was just curious. The shed, you said, has been there 2 years. And when you filed for the building permit, you usually have to define what you're gonna do with the building. What did you say?
Yeah. So at the time, I was operating out of a shop in Franklin Grove on the highway. And this was just gonna be an accessory building. So it was a ag building.
Okay.
One of the requirements is that there's no retail goods, of goods shall occur at the business location. You do sell things, though. How do you rectify that?
I would say I don't sell them from that location. As far as they are sold out of our truck as we go to the job. It's probably the best I could describe that.
But you won't have walk-in customers at your location.
No,
How many employees will be present at the physical address of the business during the business hours?
So during business hours, there would only be one, which would be a receptionist. Typically how the day goes is at 7 o'clock, the guys come in, I give them the work orders, they take the truck out of the shop, load up for the day, and they go, and then they're pretty much only there for about a half hour, 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes at the end of the day to turn in paperwork.
So they all will be meeting at the physical address at some time of the day and then all returning to that physical address at another point in the same day.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, we were talking about traffic, or Courtney mentioned that. How many times a week do you have deliveries made of equipment you're using?
I I would say probably once or twice. They're usually just like a F-550 flatbed truck is what they bring. They don't bring semis down the road.
Thank you.
Yep.
So do you have the building site surveyed off? Or what are we using for meets and bounds for this special use?
We don't have a survey for the building space itself. If that was a condition that was made by the zoning board, we could of course obtain one.
Well, it's more what the zoning officer needs to identify this.
So the intent is not, would be that the special use would apply to the entire property so long as these restrictions are met. So this is an accessory use. And it's only allowed as an accessory use. So this cannot be a principal use. They must live at the property. They must have an existing primary use at the property. And so long as these items that are spelled out in the ordinance are met, we don't have a problem with it applying to the entire property.
Entire property meaning what? The whole farm? The 120 acres or whatever?
The parcel that he provided us, which I believe is just over 4 acres.
It's 4.05 acres.
That's that PIN number. That's the only thing we got is a PIN number. We don't have a map or anything.
What's the farmstead?
Yeah, well, that's fine. That's
Right.
what I wanted it to be.
Okay.
I don't have any other questions.
Anybody? Any other questions?
Have you contacted adjacent property owners or any other members of the public that may have an opinion on this special use for the property?
As far as like.
You're saying in addition to like the notice of public hearing that went
Right.
out? Yes. Have you had any communications with your neighbors about what you're asking for tonight?
No. No, I have not. Other than my grandfather that owns the 110 acres around me.
I pulled this up on the GIS. Also, this property is 4.05 acres.
Yeah, I see that on the staff's report here. I missed that. So let me ask you this, Courtney. Do you have an opinion on what this special use means to the owner? As far as longevity? You know, what, if he sells it, what happens?
My understanding is if he sells it or if he moves, let's say, to a different location, then that special use would be revoked at that time. So I would defer to your counsel on that.
We're presently looking into that issue. Historically, we've treated it as the special use permit does travel with the land. I believe we've been asked to reexamine that. I don't have an answer for you just yet. We're looking into past decisions of the Zoning Board of Appeals to determine what past practice has been so we can stay in line with that. So I will have an answer for you. We can call it, we can have an answer for you by the end of the day tomorrow. I just can't answer it presently right now.
I would say too, it would depend on if he was selling the business and the home site. If he sold the business and let's say the prospective purchaser was going to reside there, then that would transfer with the land in that scenario.
Historically, we've treated it as the special use permit travels with the land as opposed to the owner. However, again, we've been asked to reexamine that so we can look into that and get back to everybody by the end of the day tomorrow.
Well, the reason we're asking is because being on the zoning board as long as we have, special uses have always been for the person who gets it. And if they leave the property or whatever, the next person has to come back in and get rezoned.
I'll work with Allison digging into the history, and of course, I'm open to any input, but yeah, we're looking into it because I'm not entirely confident that it's been consistently applied to, it travels with the owner.
Okay.
Just in my analysis, I've seen it travel with the land. So we're looking more deeply into it. I talked to Alice about just digging through some of the history and working with the institutional knowledge she has.
Good.
No further questions for me.
Anybody else have any more? If we don't have any questions, we'll go on to findings of fact.
Okay, you guys all got them in front of you there? They didn't give you one? Okay, well, the first question of the finding of facts is the effect of the proposed use upon the character of the neighborhood.
There'd be no change.
Compatible.
I had one here I was going to add. The gain to the public, if this special use is approved, would outweigh any hardship to adjacent property owners.
That's fine.
I think that's fine too.
We got to vote on this then if there's nothing
I
else.
so move.
Second.
You want me to read them?
Yep.
Effect of the proposed use upon the character of the neighborhood. No change, compatible. The gain to the public if this special use is approved would outweigh any hardship to the adjacent property owners.
We had a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carries.
So the second question is the effect of the proposed use upon traffic conditions.
According to the witness's testimony, there would be none.
Anything else? There isn't much else to be said, is there?
No.
Unless you state what he said to you about the trucks coming. Only one truck a day or something, or what did he say, or the crate?
That road, I don't think has that much traffic on a daily basis anyway.
I just say only one delivery per day.
Delivery, yeah.
I believe it was one delivery per week.
Per week? I can
Yes.
change that.
Week.
Okay. Anybody else? So we have, well, you want
Someone needs to make a motion that way.
So move.
Second.
Now you can read it again.
so the effect of the proposed use upon traffic conditions, no change according to the witness's testimony. And only one delivery per week. That's what we have.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
The third question, effect of the proposed use upon public utility facilities.
No effect on the public facilities.
I could add because there really isn't any business being done there on site.
So I have a sentence I'll read here that I thought could be included. Diminution of property values is not anticipated as a result of this proposed special use and any how do you say that? Diminution? Huh? Of property values will promote the public health, safety, and welfare. Rather, the petitioner's request, if granted, would actually improve the subject property and improve neighboring property values. So I think it would help public safety and public facilities. Maybe we don't need to say all that. No effect on public facilities. So that's it.
That's it?
No, you need a motion for that.
I know, we have to have a motion.
So move.
We have a motion by Ally. Do we have a second? Rex?
So the motion would be effect of the proposed use upon public utility facilities. No effect on public facilities.
Okay. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
So the fourth question is effect of the proposed use upon public health, public safety, and/or general welfare. Public health, public safety, or general welfare.
There would be no impact on any of the aforementioned.
Anybody else? We have a motion.
I move approve.
Second.
So the motion would read, effect of the proposed use upon public health, public safety, and/or general welfare. No effect upon public health, public safety, and/or general welfare.
Okay. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries.
That's the four questions, and you're to the recommendation.
Does anyone have a recommendation?
I move to recommend for approval to the county board for the petition.
A second.
Rex moves to approve. Mike seconds. Any discussion?
So do we need to think about any covenants or anything that go with it, or you just leave it the way it is?
It needs to be conditioned under the text amendment number 23-PC-74.
That it has to be approved before?
Yeah, this can only be approved if that is priorly approved by the county board.
I agree.
Wait, no. I read that wrong. It's section 10-9-2 of the Lee County zoning ordinance. I'm sorry.
Okay. The updated motion, would you like to read it again?
So I have to give me that number again. What was the number of the text amendment? Was it a text amendment?
The section is under the 10-9-2, and the text amendment petition is petition number 23-PC-74.
Okay, with those additions to the petition, do we need to have another motion including those two additions?
So move.
Second.
Okay. We have a motion and a second. Would you read that one more time?
Ally, I'll let you read this one. If you can, I will. Well, here, I'll go ahead. We recommend approval to the full county board with the following stipulation, that the full county board must approve the text amendment, petition number 23-PC-74 and section 10-9-2 before this is approved.
Okay. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carries.
When's the county board meeting?
What's that?
When's the county board meeting?
And that will go before the full county board on August 24th. Okay? Okay. Other new business, petition number 23-P-1616 Wiggins Solar has been pushed forward to our September 7th meeting.
We don't need a vote on that. It's just,
No,
it just
that's-
disappears.
they've already moved it in the zoning office. The,
Bruce,
yeah,
we'll need a motion to table.
to table it till next
Yep, the
meeting?
next two ones.
Okay,
I make a motion to table the Wiggins solar facility till September.
do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Alice, do you need a motion for the other petition?
Yes. The next petition is petition number 22-AP-1616. The petitioner is Greg Costello. We need a motion to,
What do they do with that?
Table until
table it
September.
until next,
Until September
till
7th.
September 7th.
I so move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Is he tabling or is he withdrawing?
He's appealing.
Yeah, I know, but is he gonna come back or has he just decided not to?
We are in the process, he's in the process of amending his appeal. So we do need some more time on this. The intent is that, yes, he wants to appeal. If we can work out something in the meantime, great, but at this time, it would need to be continued to September.
We had not met with him before, have we?
No.
Okay.
So we have motion to table. We have a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor of tabling this motion?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Next matter of business is a motion to recess until after the county board's vote on the above petition on August 24th, 2023.
So move.
Ally gives us a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Rex seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Next regular scheduled meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals will be at 7 PM on Thursday, September 7th, 2023.